You know, my grandfather always used to say that life is just one big, messy circle, but I never really believed him until 3 years ago. Back in the late 70s, my grandpa was a young beat cop in Chicago. One winter night, he pulled a guy out of a burning car just seconds before the whole thing went up in flames. The guy was barely 20, just a kid really. My grandpa didn't think much of it. It was just part of the job. They shook hands, the kid thanked him with tears in his eyes, and they went their separate ways. Fast forward, 35 years later, my grandpa's retired living down in Florida, and his kidneys are failing. The wait list for a donor was miles long. And honestly, at his age, we were all starting to say our goodbyes. We were just waiting for the inevitable. Then, out of nowhere, we get the call. A perfect match. A young man had passed away in a motorcycle accident and was an organ donor. The surgery was a success, and my grandpa got a second lease on life. A few months later, he receives a letter from the donor's father. They agreed to meet at a small diner. When the man walked in, my grandpa's face went white, like he'd seen a ghost. The man sitting across from him was that same kid he'd pulled from the burning car back in Chicago. He looked at my grandpa with tears in his eyes again and said, "My son didn't just give you a kidney. He was returning a gift, because if you hadn't saved me that night on the Kennedy Expressway, he never would have been born to save you." It makes you think, doesn't it? Every small act of kindness, every split-second choice, it's all just energy waiting to come back around. Sometimes, it takes 30 years, but the universe always keeps its receipts.